You wake before dawn beside the same person who slept next to you yesterday. A child is curled between you. Then another adult walks into camp carrying food, and the child runs to them too. So who is the partner? Who is the parent? And did anyone expect people to stay together for life? The tempting answers are simple. Either ancient humans were naturally monogamous, or everyone mated freely with everyone. But human relationships were probably never that neat. Your ancestors often formed strong pair bonds, yet a pair bond was not always exclusive, permanent, or private. That distinction changes everything. A pair bond means people share time, food, protection, sex, children, or social obligations. Monogamy means only one partner. Lifelong monogamy means keeping that one partner until death. Those are three different things. The first problem is evidence. Stone points survive, hearths survive, bones sometimes survive. Love, jealousy, promises, breakups, and quiet agreements leave almost nothing behind. Even a man and woman buried together do not automatically prove they were a lifelong couple, so researchers build the answer from several imperfect clues: human biology, living hunter-gatherer societies, camp organization, ancient DNA, and the family relationships hidden inside old cemeteries. None is a time machine, but together they reveal a flexible human pattern. Start with the human child. A baby cannot walk, feed itself, or keep up with a moving camp. Childhood lasts for years, and a mother caring alone would face an enormous burden. A dependable partner could bring food, carry children, defend the camp, and create valuable stability. That made long-lasting pair bonds useful, but the mother and father were rarely the entire child care system. Grandmothers, older siblings, aunts, uncles, and unrelated camp members could all help. Humans became cooperative breeders. Children survived through a network, not only through a couple. This means a partner mattered, but no partner stood alone. Your relationship could connect to families, open access to another camp, reduce conflict, and create people who were expected to share food in hard times. Ancient partnership was often an alliance before it was a private romance. A 2011 study, led by anthropologist Robert Walker, compared marriage practices across hunter-gatherer societies and reconstructed likely older patterns. The result did not point to total sexual freedom. It suggested socially recognized unions, family involvement, exchange between groups, and generally low levels of polygyny. Low polygyny does not mean zero polygyny. It means that most men probably had one socially recognized partner at a time, while a smaller number had more than one. In a mobile camp, supporting several households was difficult. Food, attention, and cooperation were limited resources. A second partner could also create tension. Co-wives, children, in-laws, and rival families all had interests of their own. A successful arrangement needed rules, consent, status, resources, or strong social pressure. It was not simply one powerful man collecting partners without consequences. At the same time, one partner did not always mean one partner for life. Injury, childbirth, infection, accidents, and violence could end a union suddenly. A surviving adult with children might form another partnership because a new household offered food, protection, and care. People could also separate. We cannot measure Paleolithic divorce rates, but hunter-gatherer societies show that marriages may dissolve through conflict, incompatibility, infertility, neglect, or changing alliances. Serial monogamy, one partner after another, may have been common even where simultaneous partners were rare. Now imagine your camp moving with the seasons. One partner has relatives near a river. Another family knows a distant hunting route. Staying together is not only emotional. It determines where you live, who helps you, and which group will welcome your children during a crisis. Research by Kinhill and colleagues found that hunter-gatherer camps often contain a mixture of close kin and unrelated people. Couples help link these camps into wider networks. That matters because a tiny isolated band would quickly face shortages, feuds, and dangerous levels of inbreeding. Ancient DNA from Sunghir in Russia offers a much older clue. Around 34,000 years ago, several people were buried at the same site, yet they were not close relatives. Their genomes fit a population organized in small residential groups connected to a larger mating network. Sunghir cannot tell us whether each adult had one partner. but it shows that ancient people were not trapped inside one little family. They maintained relationships beyond the camp, found partners through wider networks, and avoided pairing only with close relatives. This wider network gave families influence. A union could exchange labor, gifts, hunting access, or obligations between groups. In many later hunter-gatherer societies, a man might perform bride service by hunting or working for his partner's family. The relationship involved more people than the couple. Did the couple choose each other? Sometimes, probably. But parents and senior relatives could have strong opinions. The Walker study suggests that regulated marriage and family influence have deep roots. Your partner could affect everyone's survival, so everyone might believe they deserve divorce. That sounds unromantic, but affection and strategy can exist together. Two people can desire each other while their families value the alliance. They can love their children while also depending on the partner's relatives. Ancient emotion was not simpler than modern emotion, it was embedded in survival. What about cheating? It almost certainly existed, because humans are capable of desire outside pair bonds. But biological mating and social partnership are not identical. A community could recognize one man as a child's father even when paternity was uncertain, because fatherhood was also behavior, obligation, and public acceptance. This is why genes alone cannot reconstruct ancient marriage. DNA can reveal that two children share a father but have different mothers. It cannot always tell us whether those mothers lived with him at the same time, whether one partner died, or whether the relationships were recognized by the community. A striking example comes from Hazleton North, a Neolithic tomb in Britain about 5,700 years old. Ancient DNA showed a large family spanning generations. One founding man had children with 4 women, and both men and women in the wider pedigree had children with multiple partners. But even there, the tomb cannot cleanly separate polygyny from serial monogamy. Those unions may have overlapped, or they may have followed deaths and separations. The skeletons reveal reproduction. They do not preserve the calendar of love. Then look at Gurgy in Neolithic France. Researchers reconstructed pedigrees across several generations and found no half-siblings in the main family lines. That pattern suggests stable monogamous couples in that community. To ancient sites, to different answers. And that is the central lesson. There was no single prehistoric relationship system. Ecology, mobility, wealth, mortality, sex ratios, warfare, and local tradition could all change what was possible. A forest foraging camp and a settled farming village did not face the same pressures. Before farming, possessions were limited and groups moved often. That may have restricted extreme polygyny because one person could not easily accumulate land, livestock, and stored grain. After wealth became inheritable, powerful men in some societies gained more opportunities to support or control multiple unions. Yet, even in highly polygynous cultures, most men might still have only one partner, while a small minority had several. The cultural rule and the average personal life are not the same. A society can permit polygyny, while most households remain one man and one woman. Women also had strategies. A woman could benefit from a reliable provider, but she might also leave a poor partner, return to relatives, form a new union, or maintain bonds with people beyond her household. Ancient women were not passive pieces exchanged between men. Their choices and alliances mattered. Men faced their own uncertainty. Investing years in a child was costly, but abandoning children weak and the household and damaged reputation. Pair bonds helped create confidence, not perfect certainty. Daily care could matter more than absolute biological proof. Jealousy may have helped defend valuable bonds, but jealousy is not proof of lifelong monogamy. It can exist in polygynous marriages, temporary unions, and relationships already falling apart. The emotion protects access and investment. Culture decides what behavior is allowed. The same is true of love. Romantic attachment is not a modern invention. Human brains are built for intense bonding, separation distress, and longing. But love did not force every society into one rule. Biology supplied the capacity, communities shaped the contract. So return to that dawn camp. The person beside you may be your main partner, the co-parent recognized by both families, and the person who shares your sleeping place. The adult bringing food may be a sibling, an uncle, a former partner, or another parent accepted by the group. Your child may grow up surrounded by several dependable adults. Your union may last for decades, or death, conflict, or migration may end at next season. Another partnership may follow, and the group may treat that change as practical rather than scandalous. Were ancient humans monogamous, often socially, at least for a time? Were they always sexually exclusive? Almost certainly not. Did some have multiple partners? Yes. Did many move through a sequence of partnerships? Probably. Did everyone follow the same rule? Definitely not. The most accurate answer is that humans evolved for flexible pair bonding. One important partner could anchor a household, while relatives and allies carried much of the wider burden. The bond was strong enough to organize children and cooperation, but flexible enough to survive unpredictable lives. Modern relationships still carry that ancient tension. We want one person to feel uniquely important, yet we rely on friends, relatives, former partners, institutions, and communities. We treat love as private, but every relationship still creates a network of obligations around it. So ancient humans did not discover one perfect form of partnership and hand it down unchanged. They experimented, adapted, stayed, separated, remarried, shared care, and negotiated rules. The surprising part is not that their relationships were different from ours, it is how familiar their problems feel. If you enjoyed this journey into the distant past, subscribe for more stories about ancient humans and human evolution.